Welcome back. So we are continuing with the solution of back exercise of NCERT chapter number 1 of chemistry, that is some basic concepts of chemistry. So in the previous two videos we have discussed the question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th in separate videos, and here we will be continuing with the next 5 questions. So let us just start with it. So I'm starting with the question number 11 from the back exercise of NCERT 11th class. Question number 11 is, what is the concentration of sugar in mole per liter? What is the concentration of sugar in mole per liter? We need to find out the concentration of sugar in mole per liter. The formula of sugar given here is C12H22O11. This is cane sugar or sucrose. So we need to find out concentration in mole per liter. So what we have been given is that 20 gram of sugar have been dissolved in 20 liter, not 20 liter, 2 liter of solution. So the statement is, what is the concentration of sugar in mole per liter if its 20 gram are dissolved in enough water to make the final volume up to 2 liters. So the final volume of the solution is 2 liter. The amount of sugar present is 20 gram and we need to find out the concentration in mole per liter. Now, when we are expressing the concentration in mole per liter, this means we are expressing it in terms of molarity. So units of molarity are mole per liter. This means straightforwardly we need to find it out what is the molarity of the solution. So now first of all write down the formula for molarity. It is molarity is equal to number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liter. Okay, now we need to just know the two values, the number of moles of solute and volume. Already it has been given. So we need to put these two values here and we will get the result. So 20 gram of sugar has been dissolved. Now we need to find out what is the number of moles. So for knowing the number of moles, we need to know what is the molecular mass of sucrose. So because sucrose is a very common molecule, you can just memorize the molecular mass of sucrose. I hope you know now how to calculate the molecular masses. For this it is 342. So the number of moles will be equal to 20 upon 342 equal to. So I'm using my calculator, but I highly recommend, if you are not allowed to use the calculator, do not use it. Okay. So 0.0585, we can take 0.0585. Okay, so this is the number of moles. Now molarity, very simple. You just need to put the values in the above equation. Number of moles we have calculated to be equal to 0.585 upon the volume of solution in liter. It has been given that it is 2 liters. So it is equal to 0.02925. Okay, so you just can write here molar, or you can write mole per liter, because we have been asked to find out the concentration in mole per liter. So let us now move into the next question, that is question number 12 of your back exercise of chapter number 1. All right, so question number 12 is, if the density of methanol is 0.793 kg per liter, density of methanol, it has been given, and it is equal to 0.793, it is kg per liter, kg per liter. Now what is its volume needed for making 2.5 liter of its 0.25 molar solution? What we need to do is we need to prepare a solution whose volume is 2.5 liter and its molarity should be 0.25 molar. This solution we need to prepare from a sample of methanol whose density is this much. Okay, very simple question, just focus on it. Okay, so if we have been given the molarity, this means we have been given the concentration in mole per liter. Now, if the molarity is 0.25 molar, this means 0.25 moles of methanol are present in 1 liter. So the number of moles present in 1 liter of solution is equal to number of moles of methanol. You can write here methanol in 1 liter of solution is equal to 0.25 mole. Now what is the volume given? 2.5 liters. So therefore, number of moles of methanol present in 2.5 liter of solution is equal to 0.25 multiplied by 2.5 equal to, it will come out to be equal to 0.625. All right. So these are the number of moles which are present in 2.5 liter of the solution. Now moles we have got. Now we can convert it into mass. So therefore, mass of methanol present in 2.5 liter of 0.25 molar solution will be equal to 0.625 multiplied by 32. 32 is the molar mass of methanol. So I'm just using my calculator to calculate it, but it comes out to be equal to 0.625. So it is coming out to be equal to 20 gram. So this is the mass of methanol which is present in 2.5 liter of 0.25 molar solution of methanol. Now we need to calculate the volume. We were asked what will be the volume required. So we need to convert this into volume. Density has been given. Okay, so from this density, we will be able to calculate what will be the volume of this methanol sample needed to prepare the required solution. So density is equal to, what is the value? It was 0.793 kg per liter. Or we can say in 1000 ml of methanol, how much methanol is present? 0.793 into 10 raised to the power 3 gram. I have just written ml in place of liter. 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. And this mass I have been converted from kilogram into gram. All right. So this means 0.793 into 10 raised to the power 3 gram of methanol is present in volume of methanol equal to 1000 ml. Therefore, 20 gram of methanol is present in volume of methanol equal to 1000 upon 0.793 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 3 into 20. So this will come out to be equal to 20 divided by 0.793 equal to. So it will be 25.22 ml. So this will be the volume of methanol required to prepare 0.25 molar solution of methanol whose volume is 2.5 liter. All right. Okay, so let us now move into the next question. That is the question number 13. Just clearing my screen off. Okay, the question number 13 is, the statement says that pressure is determined as force per unit area of the surface. So this is already given in the statement that it is equal to force per unit area. The SI unit of pressure is Pascal. This has also been given. That SI unit is Pascal and 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. Now, if mass of air at sea level, mass of air at sea level is equal to, it has been given to be equal to 1034 gram per centimeter square, calculate the pressure in Pascal. Calculate the pressure in Pascal. Okay, so we have been given that the mass of air at sea level is 1034 gram per centimeter square, and we need to find out what will be the pressure. Okay, so pressure is equal to force per unit area. Now force is also weight. So weight per unit area. So it will be equal to, weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. So mg upon A. Okay, so now we need to find out in SI units. So SI units, mass is kg. Acceleration due to gravity will be meter per second square upon meter square. Area is length into length, it will be meter square if we are considering the SI units. So this will be equal to kg per meter per second square. Kg per meter per second square. So this is equal to Pascal. Okay, so we have been given the mass and we need to find out the pressure in pascals. Okay, so pressure is equal to weight upon area. So mass is 1034 gram per centimeter square. Area is included here. Okay, now it will be multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. Force has been given, and we need to just put the value of acceleration due to gravity. It is 9.8 into 9.8 meter per second square. Now in the final units we need kg per meter per second square, then it will be equal to Pascal. Okay, so here we have meter, here we have centimeter, here we have gram, here we have second. So in SI units, time is in seconds, so we do not need to change this. And mass is in kgs, so we need to convert this gram into kilogram. And then the length is in, or area is in meter square, or length is in meter, so we need to convert the centimeter into meter. Okay, so let us now move into it. So it is 1034 gram upon or per centimeter square multiplied by 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, now if I multiply and divide this quantity with the same quantity, it will not make any difference to it. Okay, now I need to convert this gram into kg. So I'm multiplying and dividing this quantity with 1 kg, but in the numerator, because I need kg in the numerator, I will keep it in kg, and in the denominator I will make it 1000 gram, because 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So this gram and gram will get cancelled, and we, in the final result, we will get kg as the unit of mass. Now we need to convert this centimeter square into meter. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So again, I am multiplying and dividing this equation with the same quantity, and it will not make any difference. So because now meter inverse, we need meter inverse in the final result. So I will be putting meter in the denominator. Okay, so I am writing here 1 meter, but in the numerator I am writing 100 centimeter. Now because here it is square, I will do it twice. Okay, so centimeter square will be getting cancelled. 1 meter here, 1 meter here, it is getting cancelled. So it will be equal to, now let us just make the calculation. So it is 1034 multiplied by 9.8. It is coming out to be equal to 10133.2. Now this will get cancelled. 10 will be left here. Okay, so it will be multiplied by 10. Now let us write it in the scientific notation. So 1.01234. We are moving the decimal place 4 places to the left. So it will be 1.01332 into 10 raised to the power 4 into 10 or equal to 1.01332 into 10 raised to the power 5 kg per meter per second square or Pascal. So this is the result. So hope this is clear to you. Now let us move into the next question, that is question number 14. Let us see what is the statement for question number 14. So question number 14 says, what is the SI unit of mass and how is it defined? So what is the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass is kg. Now how is it defined? Now how to define mass? We need to have a standard for defining mass. Okay, I cannot directly say that this is 1 kg. Suppose this kg is not existing. Now how to standardize it? We will be comparing it with a standard mass and it will be considered standard worldwide. Okay, so the standard for this, for the unit of mass, that is kg, it has been considered that the platinum iridium block, there is a platinum iridium block which is present at France. Okay, it is present at the International Bureau of Measures and that has been considered as the standard. So the mass of that platinum iridium block has been standardized to be equal to 1 kg. So 1 kilogram, you can just define it as it is the mass of platinum iridium block stored at International Bureau of Weights and Measures. International Bureau of Weights and Measures, which is kept in France. So that is taken as the standard. The mass of that block is taken to be equal to 1 kg. So let us now move into the question number 15. All right. So question number 15, we need to match the prefixes with their multiples. Match the prefixes with their multiples. So prefixes have been given and multiples have been given. So let us now just match these. First is micro. Second is deca. Third one is mega. Fourth is giga. And fifth one is femto. So here we have been given 10 raised to the power 6, 10 raised to the power 9, 10 raised to the power minus 6, 10 raised to the power minus 15, 10 raised only 10. Okay. So I think you must be knowing these prefixes. Micro is 10 raised to the power minus 6. Deca is 10. Mega is 10 raised to the power 6. Giga is 10 raised to the power 9. And femto is 10 raised to the power 15. So this is the answer. So this is done for this video. I have considered these 5 questions here. And in the next video, I will be taking up the next 5 questions. So do everything in small chunks and then take a break and then move to the next chunk. This increases your productivity. Okay. So when we take a lot of stuff together and we just say that we need to finish it all together, I don't say that take a 1 hour break or something. After 5 questions, you can take a 5-minute break and then you can consider the next questions. All right. So I will be taking up the next 5 questions in the next video.